I'm building a castle base in 99 nights in the forest. Then I'm saving the kids and forcing them to live in my new castle. Also, at 1,000 subscribers, I'm picking a random one and paying them 1,000 Robux. So make sure to subscribe so you have a chance at winning too. I've got most of the supplies I need, so let's get these walls built. I'm gonna buy a buttload of these. Now immediately you'll notice I placed the map in a spot that I don't normally put it. And I've done this intentionally because in here is going to be the war hall of this castle. I'm going to put a big table in the center of it, and this will basically be where we strategize how to save the kids. So I'll start by making a room around this, but we'll need to have a door around this obviously. So I'll open up right there, get myself a couple log gate, and we'll place this right in the center. There we go. I've only got 2 tables, so I'm gonna have to go find some more. These tables specifically can be found inside of all of the cabins, so we do not have to wait for the furniture trader to come. We can just pick it on up with the hammer. You can also grab these thin tables. Some cultists waiting for me back here. Shouldn't be too tough to take out though. Perfect. I forgot to grab chairs for it, but I'll get those later. Ooh, it's not really lined up with the entrance, so I'm gonna move the entrance a little bit to make sure it's center. It's the little stuff like this that makes the difference between a semi-decent base or a perfect base. What do you have for me today, good sir? Definitely gonna get some candles. That's very castle-like. Also get these gray brick benches and maybe a couple of these tables. Anything that's gray, since castles are normally made out of stone. Normally as in they're always made out of stone. I want to kind of make the room in the center a little bit rounded. I'll have to take out a couple of these walls for the gate. Let's just buy 30 more walls. Since this is a castle, this base is going to be really, really big. In fact, it's going to be as big as I can physically make it. We'll make a little opening for the doorway. Perfectly lined up with the fireplace. And there we go. Looks like it connects to these walls perfectly. Okay, now since this is smaller on this side, I feel like we could almost actually bring this wall back a bit and have a hallway in between these two. Yeah, that looks good. And if I'm gonna make the corner over there rounded, then I'll also make this one rounded. Oh, yo, well, hello Mr. Peltrader. He can participate in the meetings when we try to find the missing kids. Now, I'm thinking since this will also double as the mess hall, you know that like giant table that castles have where everybody eats at? It would only make sense to have the kitchen right down this hallway. So let's get this big tree out of the way. And I'll move all these oil barrels over here by the fire. Let's fill in this kitchen. First I'll put down the crock pot, and then wood range storage goes right between the crock pot and the wall. Also gonna double this wall up just to make sure that no food slips through. I grabbed these 2 fruit stands from the fruit shops. I'm gonna put them on both sides of the room, and I'll put all the pumpkins that grow into them since these fill as much hunger as the stew does, so using them in the stew is kind of a waste. In here, I want to get the walls looking a little better, so let me introduce you guys to a super cool wall design. We'll start by lining the back of the wall with trellises. I didn't have enough to cover the entire wall, but that's okay because I'll go get some later. We're gonna pick up every other trellis, and then we will rotate them 180 degrees so that they face backwards. By doing this, we're gonna break up the repetition in the pattern, making it look a little more natural. A bunch more pumpkins have grown. I'm gonna throw them in the fruit stands really quick. Hey, we're starting to amass quite a few of them. Anyways, the next step in this wall design is to place these bushes in the corners. I'm gonna face random directions when I put them down so that different flowers are visible on each side. Next step is to place these flower bushes in between along the bottom of the walls. Clearly, I'm gonna have to get some more flower bushes because the count is going down pretty quick and I'm not even close to being done. Hey, speaking of going to get stuff, we got the furniture trader. So I'll get some more of these. There's no mossy trellises in stock right now. Keep on lining this wall with these. While I'm waiting for the stronghold to open, I'm gonna clear out some of these trees, and then I'm gonna make the front entrance to the castle. 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7. Okay, let's finish this. I'm also gonna incorporate this log in as some sort of like little secret entrance. I've really gotta lock in on the shape though, because it needs to be a super grand entrance, considering this is a castle. There, now we have ourselves a grand entrance area, but I'll have to decorate this to make it actually look grand. This has also only been a temporary spot for the oil, and I've left this part over here because this is where I'll be storing all my oil. There we go. Got a nice container. Let's just transfer all the oil over. And get this oil drill moved over here as well. Ooh, we got ourselves a painting and a wall-mounted sign. Hey, there's also a bunch of mossy trellises. That's perfect. I think putting hedgerows around the fire could look pretty cool. And last one. Yep, I was correct. Putting hedgerows around the fire does look pretty cool. Now comes a room that I'm actually pretty excited to build. This will be the artillery room, where I keep a bunch of weapons and also armor for all of the knights to suit up with. And I will add an exit here for the knights to leave from, plus an additional gate to get into the room in the first place. Now I'm going to line this back wall with a bunch of weapons, and in addition I'm going to decorate the rest of the room. Let's start with a bit of decorating. Okay, this looks pretty good, not gonna lie. Now all I have to do is put some weapons on these tables. I just died in the stronghold. I don't have any Robux, so I can't revive myself. But if you think that's gonna stop me from making this video, you don't know how crazy I am. I'm gonna watch back my footage and recreate the base 1 to 1. So in 5 seconds, we're gonna be right back to where we left off. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I have recreated the entire base. You'll notice there's a couple small differences, like for instance, the pond is over here instead of over there. These aren't as angled as they were before. And this is perfectly symmetrical, unlike it was before. Also, if we come on into the dining hall, you'll see that the two sides of the table are actually different tables than the center, because there wasn't enough hunter lodges to get all the smooth tables that I needed. In the artillery room, I've stocked this up with a couple weapons. We got 2 infernal swords, we got a riot shield, a rifle, and a basketball if you want to throw it at something's head, I don't know. In here behind the artillery room, I've put a respawn capsule so I don't end up losing all my progress again. I did a little bit of decoration on the oil storage area. It looks a lot better than it did before. And the last difference is how I did this front entrance area, and the fact that I added an extra room over here. This video has taken me a lot longer to record than most do, because I had to remake the entire base. But anyways, let's get on with continuing to decorate. I want to do something nice with this pond area over here. First of all, I'm going to put this down and throw a couple flowers around. I'm also going to use these gray benches to essentially wall off the area. And these also double as additional seating for people who also want to fish at the same time. Also picked myself up a couple mushrooms and the large versions of the mushrooms. Make ourselves a little mushroom forest. I like that. And last but not least, I have this tilted canopy that I'm gonna set down right here. Nice. It's a quaint little fishing spot. All it needs is a chair right here. I need another gem of the forest fragment, so I'm headed off to the stronghold to redeem myself after I died last time. Alrighty, let's do this. Right, first wave was pretty easy. Second wave, can it be just as easy, please? Oh, I can't go out there, otherwise the deer's gonna spawn. That's what killed me last time. That wasn't so bad, except for the fact that I had to use half of my bandages. But I got my gem of the forest fragment. Drop it on here. Boom, got ourselves a full gem of the forest. Now I can get the recycler and I will have infinite scrap. Place it down right here. Boom, 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 boom. So much scrap. And the reason I need so much scrap is for the ammo crate, since the ammo crate converts scrap into bullets. Now I have infinite ammo. Alright guys, let's talk strategy. Our master plan is to save the kids. Now how exactly do you guys suppose that we're gonna do that? Not the most talkative bunch. See, I have a plan. My plan is, we go on over to the artillery room, we load up on some ammo, ourselves a riot shield, and we take these guys head on. Where is the first kid? Let's do this. Nice. Easy peasy. Get in my sack, Timmy. I'm not even returning to the castle until I have every single one of the kids in my sack. Next kid is right here. You think I'm scared of you guys? You don't know Berry Berry if you think I'm scared of you. Easy. Ow. Oh, that lightning could have took me out. Get in the sack. And here we have the next kid. I'm gonna try taking these guys on with just my sword. There's no chance I survive this. Oh my god, 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 oh my god. I had a sliver of health. Nah, that's crazy. I did get them down halfway though.
So you know what? Maybe round two. Yes! Yeah, that's right. Who needs guns when you have berry strength?
That's 3 out of 4 kids in my sack. That doesn't sound right. This is it, the final kid. There's a bunch of bears surrounding the place though, so I'm gonna have to deal with them first. What the hecking? Jesus. Alright. Last kid, here I come. Timmy. Now back to the fire. There's no icon because it went out while I was taking care of the bears. Dude, what are you doing? Trying to camp out my place? Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Now before I release the kids from my sack and force them to live here, I'm just gonna do one last final touch. I have got 6 stone pillars which really give a castle vibe. I will put 2 out front like this, and I will put some stone circles in front and some stone lanterns inside of those. I'll also put 2 back here like this. The castle is complete. Say hello to your guys' new home. Boom, boom, boom.
Why were they just chilling there for a second? Look at them all walking in a single file line. These are good prisoners.
Oh, guys, you don't need tents. We are literally indoors right now.
Damn, all 4 of the kids rescued at the same time.
Wow. Let's just get rid of their stupid tents. These tents are not a part of my design. These ungrateful kids, I give them a home and what do? They litter their tents inside of it? Can you believe this, Mr. Peltrader? I certainly can't. Wow, this was a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed. Until next time, Barry out.